Interesting times. Obviously, I think everyone's kind of heard the news, and we're still waiting to see which bowl we're going to go to. But moving forward, keeping the team together and keeping everybody focused. And obviously this season isn't over. We've got one more to go, and love to go out and finish on a high note and go 1-0 one more week. So, any questions? Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
How are you processing this? I mean, obviously you have a relationship with Coach Fritz. You hear the news, and I mean, it's in real time. I'm sure you're still kind of like processing it.
Yeah, it's everything happens fast, especially after the game. It was disappointing yesterday, but it's part of the business, part of the profession, and first and foremost, we're here to serve the kids, and we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. So the most important thing is make sure that they're in the right position to have every opportunity, to win this game and enjoy this bowl experience because they deserve it.
Just with your conversations with Willie, did you have an idea this was going to happen, or was there any inklings on that, or was it all this whole week leading up to it was just about the AAC championship?
Yeah, I read the same stuff you guys read out there, so that's all I knew about it. I learned of it whenever he talked to the team and all of us earlier this morning, and that's about all I knew.
I know you just touched on getting these players ready for this bowl game. That's that central focus of getting them ready for this, and I guess have you been those conversations, have you gotten a sense of what the team's reaction to this news has been, and how have they been handling it?
Yeah, I think they've handled it well. Obviously, time will tell. The next few days of really having conversations and touching every player on the team is extremely important. But this is a mature group of guys. These guys have withstood every test that's been put in front of them, and I don't see them handling this any different. It's about them. It's their football team. And there's one more to go. So
Personally, are you excited to? I mean, you're going to be the guy on the sideline here. I guess is the first time. Are you fired up about this experience?
I am. I told the guys that it's humbling and exciting to be able to lead them. A group of guys that have done everything you asked of them. They show up, they work. Coach set such a good standards and culture here that. It's in a good spot, and we just want to serve them and make sure we do everything we can to make sure they have a good experience and we play a good football game.
Sorry.
What has Willie meant to you? I mean, obviously you were here with him, you promoted to offensive coordinator. Just kind of your relationship with him. What has he meant to you?
He's been great. I'm very thankful to have had the opportunity to come here. It's been a great opportunity, ups and downs. Obviously, we had some rough times and had some good years here the last couple, and I've learned so much from him. He's just such a great leader and does a good job of rallying a group of people together, and, I've been very fortunate to have that opportunity.
Is this something, obviously you talk about being fired up to take on this. Do you want to be considered for the job ultimately as the head coach?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to be the head football coach at Tulane. And, I love these kids. I love the city. I'm a Louisiana native. I grew up here. My background's here. My ties are here. But ultimately that's up to the administration and the powers that be here. And I know they'll do right by the program and by the players. And but I'd love the opportunity, and I'm looking forward to leading them in this game.
With that mindset, Coach, how much of the conversations you have with the players maybe these next couple of weeks is really about retention? I mean, just keeping some of these talents here.
Yeah, I think that'll be a very important piece. And look, all these guys chose to come to Tulane, because it's a special place as well. They get a chance to play great, first-class football and get a great degree. And, it goes past just who the head coach is at times and all that kind of stuff. So I think these guys are mature. They understand what's important, and I know, they'll make the right decisions.
When you find out about the bowl game, do you think you'll have to maybe convince some of these guys that may have NFL opportunities to play, or do you think that'll be harder or easier, or is it just their decision?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll tackle that whenever it gets there. We'll have to have those conversations and see where that leads.
To that, would you anticipate Michael being able to play in the bowl game?
I don't know. I would think he would. I know Michael's competitive. I know Michael loves his teammates. He's a good person. He's a good leader. And, we'll see. I would expect him to, but we'll have those conversations and go from there.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it very much.
Good luck.
Everyone ready? How have you just been processing these last 24 hours, especially with the news with Willie going to Houston?
Really, just really the process in the game. We didn't come out the outcome that we had. We lost. We put everything into it from last January to now. It's sad to get a loss, no, but as a part of life, I get adversity. When you don't, you hit adversity, and you just got to shake back from it. But our main goal right now is focusing on this bowl game. And just seeing who we play.
What's the confidence in Coach Daigle to lead you guys in the bowl game?
Coach Nagel got here when Coach Fish first got here in 2014, and he's been here since. He's been doing a great job when he was with the tight ends, and a great job with being an OC. And we trusted him and the other coaches to do their thing.
What did Willie Fritz mean to you? I mean, he recruited you, just
Yep,
kind of your
yep.
relationship with him. What did he mean to you?
Just going back, when I was in high school at Hornville High School, it means a lot, He gave me an opportunity to come here and play football. I was committed to SMU for a year in 2018, and then some stuff happened, and he stuck with me because I didn't have my ACT, and he stuck with me the whole way until I had the report. So I got my ACT a week before I had the report, and I thank him every day when I run out the tunnel and just tell him I thank him for giving me the opportunity to play football, because who knows where I would have been, I would have probably been somewhere else, but given the opportunity to play home in front of my friends and my family and my school, my teachers, it's just a blessing. And he's a great man, he's a great family, and he treats everybody the same.
When you take it all into consideration, what would you consider the last 12 hours to be here on campus? How would you describe what it's been like?
I say it's been all over, just coming in thinking about the championship game, our main focus on the championship game, just like last year, they said he was up for the Georgia Tech game, just it's a player-led team, they don't go out there and play, they just coach the game, they give us the blueprint, and we just go out there and execute the blueprint, we just can't let this distraction get to our head, and I say we didn't let it get to our head, we're just trying to keep the main thing the main thing.
When he told y'all this morning, what was your reaction?
Just wasn't surprised, because look what we did. We went 23-4, in 2 seasons, 2 season span, just like anybody else, he doing what's best for him and his family, his daughter and them was living in Houston and everything, so that's his decision, Congrats to him, and we wish him the best for him and the Fritz family.
Most of all the players have that same sentiment of I guess not really being surprised that Willie decided to take this job.
Really, I haven't talked with a lot of people, just the guys that I seen this morning. Probably talk about it more tomorrow, but it's a part of the business. It's football. Coaches always get changed each year. No matter what I learned being in this business, even when you win and lose, something's gonna happen. A coach might get fired. A coach might get promoted. So that's the part of college, and I wish that's. As me being a vet, explaining to the guys that's part of the business, you're saying, he said this, he said that, but at the end of the day, you're going to the school for you and what's best for your family. You're playing with, get an education and play the sport that you love. That's the main thing with college football because, with the NIL too, it's getting hectic, a lot of things going on, so.
When you talk about the run that y'all had, right, 23-4, part of the reason why you so intrigued, went to Houston, I should say. For you, as a vet, how important is it to finish off that run the right way in the bowl game, wherever you end up going?
Yeah, that's the main thing. He built the culture that's here already. That's our main thing. Always going 1-0. That's not gonna leave our mindsets because no matter what we do, what I learned is no matter what we do, it's not even just about football. It's just like waking up, you want to be 1-0. Like getting in your car, you want to be 1-0. Like taking care of your family is 1-0. Like you just want to win the day being 1-0. Like whatever you do, your mindset should be 1-0. Like just running, training. Like working out, you want to be 1-0. That's what's ingrained in us. But yeah, the main thing is just going and just practice this week, man. Practice this week, next week, whatever the schedule will be, and just focus on the bowl game and just go win a bowl game, no matter who we play.
Do you feel like that's the biggest thing you learned from him? Is the 1-0 mindset, or would you say it's something else?
Being a man, he teaches us to be a man. He treats everybody the same, as I said. Just coming as a freshman and to fifth year, you learn so much in college, and that's one thing I like about him. Just school first, and then student, then athlete, and that's the main thing that I learned. And just a lot of programs different. I haven't been in no other program. I've been here all 5 years, so I can't talk about in other programs about that. I just know what he built here and what he ingrained in the guys that have been here with him the whole time. So.
Thank you, Jaquan.
Thanks, Jaquan. Appreciate it.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, guys.